Hello everyone and welcome to another video. So today I want to have a quick discussion on how to disassemble the top tube and the handlebar cockpit headset on this GoTrax scooter. So it's actually really simple, so let's just go ahead and jump in and get started. Alright, so the first thing we're going to want to do is actually get these brake cables off of the brake levers, because as you can see, these brake cables feed down into the tube. So that's one thing we're going to want to be able to do, is basically get these cables fed down through the tube so we can remove the tube. So to do this, it's actually really simple. All you do is you pull the brake lever, and then you pull kind of out on the brake cable housing as you release the lever, and then you just kind of tilt this forward, and look at that. It comes straight out. Now this just pops right out of the brake lever. It's really that simple. So same thing on the other one. This one is the rear brake. Pull on the lever, then pull on the brake cable housing, and then pull forward, and then it just comes out. And also, maybe what I would recommend doing is, you can see I put a little bit of blue tape on these so I can remember which one is which. So this is the rear, this is the, this is why I label it. This is the front brake that goes on the left brake lever, and this is the rear brake which goes on the right brake lever. So there, that's it. So now these cables are free, and we can take some next steps. All right, so now we're going to work on getting, there's 1, 2, and then on a 3, 4. There's 4 bolts on the rear and the front of the tube, this top tube, and I think you just grab yourself a 4mm Allen, and we're just going to unscrew this. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So give me a couple of minutes to get these 4 off, and then we will go on to the next step. All right, so we've got those 4 bolts off. So next, maybe we should do, obviously, maybe I should have mentioned this earlier, is make sure your scooter is turned off, right? You don't want this on, because now what we can do is you can gently pull this whole top off, and I think you'll probably remember that we had to connect this during the installation process, so all I'm going to have to do now is just disconnect this cable. So I'm just going to gently pull this guy apart, and almost there. There we go. Okay, and there you have it. This entire top part comes off. All right, so now I'd like to get this part off. So there's a pressed in sort of a shaft slash bearing here that allows this swivel mechanism to operate. So the way to do that is there are 2 bolts on either side. So I'm just going to remove one on one side. Let me take the one off the far side out here. Okay. Now this, I believe, is a M6 bolt. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to go get a slightly longer M6 bolt. That's this one right here. And I'm now going to thread it in onto the far side. So let me see if I can show you on this side, right? I'm just going to thread this in a little bit. So it's got several threads into that pressed sleeve inside. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this thing move a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to try to swivel this as I go, and in fact, let me go get my Allen, and I can come over on this side on this bolt. Now, because you'll see what happens was when I twist this, right, when you spin this bolt here, you're pulling and spinning the entire sleeve inside. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can kind of do a lot of this at once. I'm going to want to move this up and down to kind of give it some play as we move. I'm going to spin this at the same time, and then I'm going to take a tiny little hammer. I'm going to gently tap on the longer bolt on this side, and we're going to see if we can use this longer bolt to press the entire sleeve slash shaft slash bearing out as this whole thing is moving around. So here we go. So let's twist, twist, twist. Oopsies. Nope, there, I just dropped it. You can see this is a little bit cumbersome, but all we're trying to do is just push this thing out. There it goes, there it goes, there it goes. You see how this sleeve is coming out now? So great. So now I might have to extend this a little bit longer and do it a little bit more. But if I do this and combine this with kind of what I'm doing right now, and maybe I might even have to kind of twist this a little more, but this will come out. So I tell you what, give me a second. I need to, I think this bolt is stuck on this side, but let me get this out, and then we're going to work on getting this sleeve out. All right, so after a little bit more finagling using this technique, as you can see, the entire pressed sleeve is just going to slide out. And once that sleeve is out, the entire top tube assembly basically just disconnects from the bottom. And as you can see, the next thing we need to do is just get those wires through the top tube, and then we'll have the entire thing disassembled. All right, so there you have it, a pretty easy process to kind of get the top assembly of the scooter off, and now you can do maintenance or whatever you need. So that's pretty much it. Pretty quick, easy video. Why don't we go ahead and stop it here? There are other kind of scooter repair and hacks on the channel, so if you'd like to check out any of those videos, feel free to check out this playlist. Otherwise, I hope I'll catch you at a future discussion and we can all learn something new together. So until next time, I think I'm going to sign off. Talk to you later. Bye.